Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. This is your timeless reading, meaning whenever you find this reading, there may be a message in here for you. Don't forget to pay attention to the numerology of the reading, the timestamp, any numbers or dates, because those elements may also have channeled messages here for you as well. Okay, we have two cards. Okay, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have adjustments are required. Third quarter moon in the reverse position. Okay, so you know what's so interesting is that this reading has heavy Venus energy and moon energy, very heavy feminine energy, with Pisces and new moon in Pisces, full moon in Taurus, because there are elements that we are releasing in this next chapter that we've been really strict about for a long time. And we are actually starting to embrace ambiguity. Like, for a long time, we were not okay with not knowing, not having a concrete plan. That felt very ludicrous to us for a long time. And all of a sudden, it's starting to feel less like we need to have certain things in place in order to move forward. We're releasing this need for predictability, and the need for everything to feel practical, although it says your dreams need a practical plan. And it's the realization that there are just some elements that you can't really plan, and you really have to listen to yourself and listen to your intuition. Okay, that's a huge amount of cards. With the Eight of Cups Eight of Cups in reverse wanting to come out. You know what it is? Because whoever's listening to this reading, there is something that you have not been able to move past emotionally because you haven't been able to make a practical plan about moving past it emotionally. And now, where your emotions are, it feels very Venus and Pisces. As a Venus and Pisces, I can feel that whether it has a practical plan for you or not doesn't matter, because you deeply want this thing, you deeply love this thing, you deeply desire this thing, you love it in such an exalted way, and you're ready to start loving things that way. Like, whatever this is, you want to love at that full veracity, if that's the right word. And so we have adjustments are required in the reverse position, where for a long time you couldn't conceptualize not moving with some sort of practical plan. And those adjustments that you needed to make internally, they've already been made. It's like, if you're coming to this reading wondering, feels more like clarification, like the adjustments that you've already made, where you're letting go of certain things that you feel like had to be practical. That adjustment has already been made, and you're going to start moving through this next phase of your life more intuitively and with more self-trust. And I do also feel that it's coming from a deep sense of love for yourself and for what you truly need. Okay, there's Cancer energy in the reading. So we have Cancer, Pisces, and Taurus. So you could have those placements in your chart. Okay, double Pisces energy here. Yeah, like you're tired of ignoring your intuition, period. With this water energy, you are tired of ignoring something that you left unfinished. You know this. You knew that you were going to come back to whatever this is, and you have been waiting for things to seem like the right time, and you are finished with waiting. You've thought about it long enough. And the issue is that you walking away from whatever this is and leaving it unfinished has always felt like you were veering against the pathway that was destined for you. with the chariot in reverse. You felt like you were bucking against destiny, and now you're in this energy where you're in flow with your destiny, with this Cancer energy and Pisces energy. You're working with your destiny, and you're working with your emotional desires and your intuition, and you're allowing that to lead you, which is feminine energy, right? And you're allowing your masculine energy, your mind, to follow up with steps instead of letting your masculine energy lead you first and then your emotional energy support you through your masculine decisions. You're just flipping it. Okay, we have Gemini energy with the Lovers, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, this is a person, this is a relationship, this is love, this is truth, this is you wanting to be with someone you have a deep soul connection to with the Lover's energy. But with the Queen of Cups in reverse, there was this resistance emotionally. This is sort of matching the Cancer, the Chariot in reverse, that Cancer energy in reverse, where, and it's also connected to the mother. So, if you're listening to this reading, you may have struggled with a mother wound. And there is this energy of a lack of like self nurturing, and this desire with the Ace of Cups to let that go and to embrace the full capacity of love. I'm hearing one of my favorite songs, The Power of Love by Celine Dion. Like, you're ready to see where this full capacity of love could possibly take you. And so this could be a love for a person. It could be a love for a passion, something that you've been wanting to do, but it's definitely something that you allowed to be unfinished for a very long time. And you were waiting for the outside world to adjust, and you adjusted internally. The outside world didn't change. It didn't become more practical. You adjusted because you stopped ignoring whatever this emotional, you stopped ignoring whatever this emotional leap was that you weren't necessarily ready to make at that time. Okay, so now you're in this place where you're clear. Okay, like I said, those adjustments were made internally while you were waiting for the world to adjust, and you're clear about that, and you really want to make a new step from a place of passion, but there is trepidation around that. And so I'm going to clarify why you feel hesitant with this deck right here, and why you may be struggling to let go of this past version of yourself, despite the fact that you're very clear about what you want. Oh, let's try to be organized. Water signs in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you that, like, you've been feeling this way for a long time, and you've been really denying these feelings with this water sign in reverse, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You may have some of those placements in your chart, but you have been concealing, hiding whatever this desire is emotionally, from a place of wounding, from a place of feminine wounding. Okay. Trash and regrets. Okay, so you don't want to regret not taking this step. You don't want to regret it. But one of the reasons why you're holding yourself back from just making that first step from a loving place is because you're really having a hard time letting go of this older version of who you are. But this older version of who you are, with the death card in the reverse position, it's not serving you. It's time to release it. Like, this older version of who you are is just really, really stagnant. It doesn't have anything for you anymore, It's a wrap. Okay, we have a round spring at the bottom of the deck. So you're at the beginning of a fresh start. It feels like you're at the precipice of a new life. That's what it feels like. Okay, and you just have to follow your clarity and stop allowing yourself to hold back from doing even just the smallest thing from a place of love, because you're holding on to this older version of yourself. Okay, because this is who you're becoming. a person of value, a person that you respect, a person that you're proud of. And you have to let this old version go for you to become that. It just feels like, the reason why the old version of yourself is a death card in reverse is because it feels so salient to you. It feels like this is who you are. It's hard to conceptualize a new version of yourself because that feels inherently lesser because it's different, but it's not. It has so much more value, and you're going to be so much more proud of this version of yourself. So thank you so much for coming to this reading. I just saw 123 on the timer. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find information on how to book with me in the description box, and I will see you in the next one.